Here in Milwaukee, two of the best teams in the game square off. The Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. Babe Boomer. Without a doubt, she's the player to keep an eye on, partner. She's homered in 6 straight games.
Well, Boog, she's just unconscious when you look at the ability to get to the baseball and hit it over the fence. I think about recent occurrences. Paul Goldschmidt in 2019, Matt Carpenter in 2018, and Giancarlo Stanton in 2017.
And taking the ball for Milwaukee, Babe Boomer. She leads the entire league in wins, and every time she grabs the ball, you expect results.
Yeah, I love the fact that she's coming right after hitters, Boog, setting the tone from the jump and giving her team a real chance to stack up some wins.
She's not just a pitcher, she's a gamer. Shows up every 5th day ready to compete.
Yeah, that's why every rotation wants a player just like her. Flat out reliable. Sounds a little like you up here, Boog.
Lars Nootbaar, the leadoff batter as he swings through it for strike 1. Productive outs, big knocks, he's doing it all.
Yeah, and that's the sign of a legit run producer. Comes through when the lights are the brightest, the pressure is the highest.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's one down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat. No, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
Here's something to watch, Singy. He's got the best OPS on the team. He can hurt you. And he swings through that one.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And down on strikes he goes. 2 down.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 4, Taylor.
2 outs, base is empty. Taylor Ward next up for the Braves. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
Hey!
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. And now the Brewers will get their first cuts. No score. This is Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin. 1 down. Babe Boomer getting ready to hit.
Boomer.
Into the outfield, base hit. And a man aboard.
What a way to square up on that ball.
Batting third, the right fielder, Jackson. Go Rio.
Jackson Chourio, the next to hit.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field.
Runner takes off, popped in the air, left field. Ward takes it in for the out. And there are 2 outs.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
So 2 down. Eugenio Suarez up to hit now. Runner takes off. He goes down looking. We played an inning. No score. Top of the second. Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Sean Murphy. He is very much your typical power hitter. I'd say he falls into the 3 true outcomes category.
Well, we've seen more and more of that lately. The ability to drive the ball to slug is getting heavily favored over any discipline or strikeout concerns.
In the air, right side. Chourio gets under it. And there's one down.
That is fifth, the center fielder, Michael Harris, the second.
In the air to left center. Freeland in position. Out number 2.
That is sixth, the first baseman, Matt Olson.
Here is Matt Olson. That's in there. And the count is 0-2. Boomer, just 19 years old. And she was a 3rd-round pick back in 2025. Fights it off, you'll see another. Got it. That K's her 3rd of the game. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Welcome back. Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check of the numbers. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Ortiz under it. And there's one away.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, Brett Wisely.
Close, but called the ball. Ball 1. And a big swing and a miss. Goes down looking for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
The shortstop, Taylor Walls.
Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Taylor Walls.
Hey.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Struck him out looking. She picks up her 5th strikeout. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin.
Up next for the Brewers, the designated hitter, Big Boomer.
Line drive. He brings it down. Nice play.
That swing right there tells me she's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but she made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. And first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. Got him looking for the K. And that's 6 Ks for her this one. Newtbar wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. The Braves with a lot of ground to make up. Top half of inning number 4. And down on strikes. And now one away.
For Atlanta, the designated hitter, Ronald Acuna Jr.
So, Boog, here's an interesting fact about Acuna. He has the most home runs at Truist Park. He passed Freddie Freeman for the top spot in 2023, and I think he might hold that record for a while.
In time to Vaughn. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Up next for Atlanta, the left fielder, number 4, Taylor.
Here's the left fielder, Taylor Ward. Caught looking his first time up. That one's in there, 0-1.
She's just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Brings it in, and that is that. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. This is Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin.
Up next for the Brewers, the designated
Boomer
hitter,
knocked home 5 runs in her last game.
I'm sure she's happy after all that production in the last game. I went to the archives for this nugget. You know who has the most 5 RBI games in a single season? Juan Gonzalez with 8 in 1998.
So a runner aboard now with 1 away. Well, Singy, she is locked in there.
She's really slowed the game down, and it's like she's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that she squared up that baseball tells me that she is seeing it like a beach ball.
Runner on the go. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Throw on to Olsen. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to in the air, get his shoulders turned, and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Runner at second here with 2 away. Now the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. And that one hit to first. Makes the sliding stop. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Brewers strand 1. They lead it, though, 6-0. Boomer back at it, pitching with the lead.
Always a little easier, but only if you protect it, Boog. She's got to lock in right here. Can't let this game seesaw.
That's a ball.
That's in there. And the count 1-2. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's the challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. That one catches the zone, and the count is even 2-2. Swings through it for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And a foul ball. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Out to short. Tosses to first. And the first two set down in the top of the fifth.
She's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind her with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 down, bases empty. And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. He's 0 for 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. That's a
really
ball.
good take, especially with 2 strikes.
There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Got him looking. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves. So 5 perfect innings in the books. You're watching Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin. Back here in Milwaukee, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Ozzie Albies. Boomer back to work. That's to third. Zips it to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for Atlanta, the third baseman, Brett Wisely.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. She's not afraid of contact. Some pitchers, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
The Braves with a lot of ground to make up, and we're the top half of the 6th. Struck him out looking. Wisely thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Two outs, base is empty. And next for Atlanta, Taylor Walls. On the corner for a strike. This one in the air, center field. And that is that. So she's perfect through 6. This is Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin. Runner on at first with 1 gone. Next for Milwaukee, Babe Boomer. She's a major topic of conversation, the rare two-way player at the big league level. It's pretty early on in her major league career, but it's driving a lot of excitement around the game.
Yeah, Boog, hard to not get excited about a player with this much athleticism, this much talent. Just such a rare thing in baseball. And, you know, just about every front office is watching her and dreaming of having their own player like her in the organization.
That one is absolutely belted. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Up now for Milwaukee, Jackson Chourio.
The right fielder, Jackson Chourio.
Runner at second. Bounced up the middle. Albies to first, and 2 away now.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Hit weakly on the ground. Olsen. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. It's the Brewers 7 and the Braves nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. On the ground to the left. Zips it across. 1 pitch and 1 out. And here's a look at how she's using her pitches in this one.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
Makes the catch for the 2nd out.
They put a really good swing on that pitch and hit the ball hard. You know, line drives won't always find a hole, but the more you can hit the ball like that with good exit velo, the better off you're going to be in the long run.
Ward in the box again, takes the strike. Swing and a miss. The Braves still looking for their first hit in this one. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Two down, nobody on. And 1 and 2.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. She wanted that call.
Right back to her on the mound. Sends it to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. The perfection continues. 21 straight have been retired. You're watching Brewers baseball on The Show, Wisconsin. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Sean Murphy.
And it's fouled away. Here's the 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that K brings her into double digits for the game.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly she had him fooled.
Still a ways to go, but this is can't miss stuff right now. And first offering is fouled off. Hit on the ground to the right side. Vaughn takes it to the bag. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. So just 4 more outs to get through, and the tension is building in the ballpark right now.
Yeah, and we can feel it in the booth. She's got these hitters locked up.
Olsen in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
She's been so great today, really just throwing whatever the catcher puts down. I mean, she hasn't shaken off the catcher very much at all today.
Way out front for strike 2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Oh, great stop. Over to first. And they get the out. Great play out there, and that keeps the perfect game alive. So now 24 have been set down in order. 3 left to man at first. And next is the designated hitter, Babe Boomer. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw there with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. Babe Boomer, perfect so far. We'll see if she can make history as we head to the 9th. Boomer back on the mound for the 9th, looking to finish what she started, Singy.
One more clean frame, Boog. That'd be the exclamation point on a strong day. Just 3 outs away from a CG.
Ball, that's out.
Boog, I'll tell you right now, every player defensively on their toes like never before.
Ball.
They want to make sure they have the opportunity to put this pitcher in the history books. They're going to make the play.
Hit on the ground to short. And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th. And now 2 outs away from history.
Well, I hope she gets this done. I mean, this is the kind of feat that can define a career. Hard not to root for her at this point.
That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. So the call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. 1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Braves down to their final out.
Got a pitch to hit right there with 2 strikes, but just couldn't get a piece. Tell you what, that screwball is so unique and it's so rarely seen. I think it can be tough for any hitter just to get a piece of it, no matter where it's placed. As a hitter, you're just not used to seeing a pitch moving that way and getting on the same plane as it comes into the hitting zone.
Walls in the box again, takes the strike. They're down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.